So what can you measure? Well, there's all sorts of things that you could and should measure, really. First of all, looking at your stats, and in a second we'll talk about sort of perhaps your business goals related to those, really. First of all, you've got your kind of overall traffic summaries. Hopefully by now you understand already, particularly for you doing stats, is that it's more than just putting a stats package just on your index page, which we still find kind of people doing, or just looking at hits. We're actually talking about unique visitors, actual what individuals do, actual real people do moving through your website. So it's not really about these hits things. Which pages were most popular, entry and exit pages, and this sort of user path. On my course I talk about linear path and funnel and all that kind of thing. But it's what is the current path that a lot of people are taking through your website, and could you move things around a bit to make that a little bit more efficient, a little bit more obvious, so your attrition rate as they go through the website is reduced. How long they stop for. Interesting stuff as well, like what country and region. I think Stevie, there he is, a legend already, Stevie. Steve's starting to get interest in, is it clustered around New York? With the downloads and stuff?
Yeah, it's America first, then the UK, then Germany, then France.
So another export one. Awesome. Yeah. So the French are bigger into dance music than we are.
Oh no, it's a toss-up between America and the UK. You know,
yeah.
Sort of
and then after that, yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, you know, Germany is a big one. I'm open to new markets.
Excellent.
Bring it on.
You'll have to do some accordion samples for the French.
Yeah.
What? Any French here tonight?
The accordion players.
The furthest delegate we've had is a guy who commuted on day release. If you can't be bothered to come across a city or go from Nottingham to Leicester to DMU to an event or vice versa, we had a guy recently do day release from Amsterdam. So he kind of just flew over for one of our courses, did the day, went back and did that every week, and it was on Karen's brand new social media course. So yeah, nice guy as well.
He was told he could attend any course in the world.
Although if he's watching this, I do apologise, because actually I've just remembered that although he lived in Amsterdam, he was French. So he was, wasn't he? Okay, so you can actually look at this world map and see how you're kind of performing against certain areas. I know Malka hold fast as well. About 10% export, or you?
About 10%.
Yeah. So perhaps English manufacturing doing particularly badly just at the moment, looking to export. Have they just announced they're closing the Toyota factory at Burnaston as well? That was on the news too, wasn't it?
Good news.
Was it?
No, it's excess numbers.
Excess numbers. Right. What does that mean?
To the employees, not the command.
Right. They're not closing the plant. I do apologise. But they're knocking 750 on the head, aren't they, jobs? Okay, so, and that's kind of, Malk's area was in supply and automotive trade, and as that sort of collapsed and people didn't buy quite as many Bentleys, putting bits on Bentley.
I'll tell you what, just a lot better than I.
Yeah. So he's putting bits into Bentley and supplying them from Mansfield. Do the customers of Bentley realise that their bits were coming from Mansfield? So it's about finding those new markets. Okay, so those are some of the things you would measure on your website using analytics, and then they would inform this kind of thing. So some of these relate to more kind of shopping basket sites, and actually we're going to be targeting. We've traditionally Axis in the past has certainly had mainly kind of B2B and business services. That's still going to be a really important part of this community, but we're also going to target an increasing number of people who are selling online e-commerce, like some of the kind of people that I've pointed out. Okay, so you could be looking at visitors, abandonment of your shopping cart, overall conversion. Conversion can mean lots of things. It's not just selling something online. What might be an objective or a goal for your website other than selling?
Inquiry.
An inquiry, actually getting them to pick the phone up or to opt into something. Yeah, or in your case, like a download, a sample, start playing with the stuff.
Yeah, download some free samples or download a PDF document.
Yeah, so you can put multiple goals on there and measure lots of things, your performance in a sort of number of areas really. And you might want to look at even things like referral source if you're starting to move with like affiliate networks, which is where you guys might eventually go, I don't know. And look at this idea of lifetime value, this having a long-term relationship with that customer rather than just sort of selling to them once, hopefully. Okay, I'm going to hand over to daughter now, who I'm not going to call the Ice Queen of e-business any longer because it's going to upset her. And we'll have a little chat about how we do this.
We've got about all of 5 minutes left, and I already speak very fast, and I'll speak even faster. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a problem in a minute, actually. Well, I kind of get to do the boring practical bit, and we've kind of already covered what's the point, because it's free and it's easy and you really need it. But the good point is that you base your decisions on facts and not I think, because on websites everybody's got a great opinion in a company, and sometimes if you can't convince people, it's a lot easier to win an argument if you've got some facts to base it on. And even sometimes we might say things and you think, no, I don't believe that that's going to make a difference, but you can try it and actually measure if it's going to make a difference or not, or you can put it back. That's the beauty of the web, isn't it? We already appreciate that a lot of people have got it set up, so we're kind of going to try to whiz through a little bit of setting it up all the way down to some of them kind of more useful, exciting bits that not everybody looks at. So setting it up, everybody's almost got it already, but it's very, very easy. It's free to register for an account. It takes about 2 minutes. You get a tiny little piece of code, which is very clear on here, which you then copy and paste into your own website. And like Johnny sort of said on Tuesday in Leicester, if you ring up your developer and they kind of start sounding like it's going to be a really big job and really expensive, chances are it really isn't.
I don't know whether the guys in the back want to hear this, but Alistair sort of valued that at sort of 20 or 30 quid. It's that kind of trivial amount. So he's laughing already, but it really isn't a significant job. So if you've got your web designer or a colleague going, well, that's going to, it's going to cost, it's going to take for ages. Actually, it's probably not. And we're happy to, I don't set Dora up for a fall, but we're happy to try and help you implement that practically if you can get access to your website. So we've got good insurance.
Well, maybe we need to take some good insurance out.
I think we've got £2.5 million public liability, so I think we'll be all right.
That'll do. The next kind of more important thing, once you've set it up, is this element, especially for the e-business champions, that you get to share your data. And the important part of that for you is you get to see everybody else's data. But in order to set that up, you need to kind of go in and share your data. Has people shared their Google Analytics before? One, yeah. What you do, and like we've clearly seen from Leicester that Google doesn't score high on usability and being intuitive at all. So you go into this user management bit, and then there's this very, very large obvious button over here saying add user. And you kind of have to put a little email in, and a lot of people have been confused because it says it has to be a Google email. It doesn't have to be a Gmail account. What you need is daughter@echampions.co.uk. We'll put all these details up afterwards. Pick the view reports only. Put your websites in here. Johnny says there's a company that's just come on board that's got 500 websites. If that's the case, don't give us all of them. Just one will be fine. Add it, save changes, and that's all you need to do, and we'll be able to run the reports and share the data between the kind of full level members.
If you've got any excuses about not altering your website, and we don't alter ours as much as we should, but this company I think has got one webmaster for 500 live websites. So.
Filtering out internal traffic, is everybody doing that already? I got really excited today, in fact. I looked at the stats for the new website and I went, oh my god, I can't even remember how many people have been on it yesterday, and I thought it was excellent. And Björn, who is just always shooting me down hard, went, yeah, but they're all you and Tanique looking at it. Because...
That's me as well.
Yeah, maybe you as well. Because even though on the old website, yeah, we'd filtered it out, but I had forgotten to filter the traffic out on the new site. So, a very good thing to do. If you're a developer and you're responsible for the stats in the company, don't filter it out, because it will look great if you're on it all the time. But for everybody else, again, not very intuitive. On your main panel, go into Edit, and you can add little filters. And you can either filter out by domains or IP addresses. Again, it's a very easy thing to do once you find it, and if you've got any problems.
Somebody pointed out down at Leicester, and I like this, that if you don't put the block on your IP there, and you're falling behind a bit, perhaps compared to your peers inside eChampions, you can sort of give it a furious click and get your graph kind of back.
Where do you find that again?
You go into Edit in here in your main panel.